Greetings, this is N1IR for the Technician License class, and this is the second part, call signs. So today we're going to talk about call signs. Call signs. The requirement for transmitting a call sign station ID is every 10 minutes and at the end of your transmission. So if you're on a repeater, if you're on HF, you got to identify every 10 minutes and at the end of your transmission. Unidentified transmissions are permitted when transmitting signals to control a model craft. The only exception to this is if you are controlling a model craft, you have to have your call sign posted on the remote control unit. All other unidentified transmissions are prohibited. On-air station ID for radio control modeling using amateur frequencies are required to label with a licensee name, call sign and address affixed to the transmitter. So you need if you're doing RC remote control aircraft or any type of craft, you need a label attached to the transmitter. Maximum power allowed for controlling your model aircraft on the ham radio is 1 watt. So we have a variety of different frequencies that we can use that are not as congested as the 75 megahertz band or the 27 megahertz band. We have a 6 meter band, which is around 50 megahertz, that have remote control frequencies that we can use as amateurs. So they're not as crowded, and we're limited to 1 watt, which is way above whatever is out there commercially for the 75 megahertz. Okay, ham radio call signs for the United States begin with the letter A, K, N, or W. They also have a single number 0 through 9. W3ABC, K3DIO, WB5QNG are all valid call signs. So here's the districts, and the number is where you actually were licensed. So if you're a 1 area, you're licensed up here in the Northeast. If you're out in the Midwest, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, you'd be a 0, etc. California have their own number, and that's 6 because there's a lot of hams out there. Any licensed amateur can request a vanity call sign. So for example, my call sign is N1IR, and I requested that as a vanity call. Requesting a vanity call is really easy. You fill out the paperwork and forget what the fee is. It's under $20 for the fee. And that $20 that fee carries you for the 10 years that you have your license. And when you fill out the paperwork, you fill out about 10 different call signs that you want to request, and whatever's free for that time you get. So it's pretty easy to get a vanity call sign. K1XXX is an example of a technician class license vanity call sign. So you can see here a vanity plate with the station call sign K3DIO. In Massachusetts, you can use these plates as well. I believe they charge $35 for the vanity plate for amateur radio, and our plates have a little lightning bolt between the K, N, or W and a number. Special event call signs having a single letter in both prefix and suffix. So N1N, for example, would be a special event call sign, and you can request that. Ham radio call signs for the United States begin with the letter A, K, N, or W, and they also have a single number 0 through 9. W3ABC, K3DIO, WB5Q, and G are all valid call signs. The use of the phonetic alphabet is encouraged by the FCC when identifying your station when using phone. So here's the standard phonetic alphabet: A Alpha, B Bravo, C Charlie, D Delta, E Echo, F Foxtrot, G Golf, H Hotel, I India, J Juliet, K Kilo, L Lima, M Mike, N November, O Oscar, P Papa, Q Quebec, R Romeo, S Sierra, T Tango, U Uniform, V Victor, W Whiskey, X X-Ray, Y Yankee, and Z Zulu. So this is encouraged. Do you have to use this? No. You can use Queen, for Q, or M as in Mary, or anything like that. But it makes it a lot easier to use the standard phonetic, and that's in case you don't, especially on voice, you might break up and not get through completely, so you might hear the first part or the end part of the phonetic, and you can figure it out, what you're saying. So if I went alpha and I didn't hear the L and I just heard the fa, I knew it would be alpha. Or if I didn't hear alpha, the last part, I'll hear L, and then I'll know it's alpha, because there's no two sounds that are alike. Okay, so at least 4 persons are required to be members of a club for a club station license to be issued by the FCC. So you can set up your own club with as little as 4 members and get a club station license. Only the person named as the trustee in the club station license grant may select a vanity call for the club. So this person would be the person like the president of the club. They want one person in there so they know who to contact, and that's why that's there. A tactical call sign is the type of ID used when identifying an on-air station, such as race headquarters. So we can use tactical call signs, especially if you're using like bike races or walkathons or anything like that. The only thing with that is you want to identify with your real call sign at the end of the transmission as well, every 10 minutes. But tactical call signs are perfectly, you can use them in amateur radio, that's fine. At a community service net, when the use of tactical identifier, your station's FCC assigned call sign must be transmitted at the end of each communication and at every 10 minutes during communication. So, for example, if I'm at a race and I'm race to checkpoint 1, I can say race checkpoint 1 and keep saying that as a tactical ID until my 10 minutes are around. Then I identify N1IR, this is race point 1, that sort of thing. It's real easy. The English language is acceptable language for station identification when operating the phone subband. So, for example, we have a repeater down New Bedford, and you hear Portuguese back and forth every once in a while. That's perfectly fine. You can speak any type of language you want, but you want to identify in English. Formats of stroke, slant, slash, or formats of self-assigned indicators acceptable while using phone transmission. So we use the stroke or slant is that if you were upgrading, indicators required by the FCC used after a call sign are /KT, /AE, /AG when using new license privileges earned by the CSCE while awaiting an upgrade in the FCC license database. So if you're a technician, you upgrade to general, you can use the general privileges, you just say /AG at the end. As long as you have that CSCE documenting that you've passed, and it doesn't take very long to be upgraded in ULS. It only takes about a week or so, so you don't have to use this for very long. Years ago, when it used to take 2 or 3 months to get your license in the mail or any type of changes in your license, it took a long time, so you use the slash, but not so much nowadays. It's pretty quick. The ITU is a worldwide United Nations agency information and communicating technology issues. So here's our different regions. Region 1 is Europe, Asia, Africa.